Not really a great demon. I was pretty happy with my Fallout 3 playthrough. It's 5 full broadcasts, well, 4 full broadcasts in a chunk, so we got about 26 hours of Fallout in. That's okay for me. We do another playthrough, we'll probably explore the DLC and whatnot, but I was happy with my completion. Yeah, I know, Shikara, I know. I just didn't last time. What's up, Huami? So I was gonna do like a AMA for a little bit here. And we'll see what happens. It's weird because it shows the VLC icon, and that's what I was playing it before. I don't know how Windows Media Player got its little tentacles back in there, but it did. It did. Muzzy Moose, there is no official schedule for when games are played, but I can safely say FTA will be a staple of the channel for a long time to come. It's not going anywhere. I just don't play it as often as I used to because I have almost, actually, 1,300 hours in it now. It was Shikrar, yes, it was. Must have been the latest Windows update I did or something. I've been growing this beard for 3 years now. Where do you live? I live in Bellingham, Washington, up in the far northwest corner of the state. No, I have not, Jetstrike, but feel free to suggest it and I'll check it out. You'll eat one thing for the rest of your life. What would it be? Bagels, dude. Bagels. Fresh bagels all day, every day. In fact, if I could live off of just bagels and fresh cream cheese, I would. That's incredibly unhealthy, so I don't. Do you expect to have that beard for the rest of your life? I can't say the rest of my life, but definitely for the rest of my career. The beard has kind of become an icon for the channel. How the beard came to be is we streamed every day for 2 years, from January 5th, 2012 to January 6th, 2014. And part of the terms of the 2-year live stream challenge is I would not shave. So we got this big beard out of it. And now it's kind of just a symbol of the channel. So I can't really do anything with it, nor do I want to. I spell it D-O-N-U-T, Katie Ricari. Where's your victory celebration come from? Okay, we'll go through the story of Dapper Time. How Dapper Time came to be. When I left my last job to pursue the 2-year livestream challenge, I was gifted 2 things from my coworkers. One was a mold so you could fry an egg to look like a gun, and the other was a mustache comb. So I started combing my mustache as a victory celebration. And then as my beard got longer, somebody said, hey, you should put food in your beard, so I did. And it just kind of escalated from there. We had it in the aviators, the top hats, finger guns, beard fluff. I am 29 years old, Cruel Cactus. I will be 30 this year. Not too late at all, old Toby. Just about 2 minutes. Very surprising to meet you that one time. I couldn't say it because I was extremely surprised and shy. Is she amazing? Okay. Well, thank you. Glad you enjoy it. Yes, I had a New York bagel. There's actually a very nice bagel facility here in my town called the Bagelery. We are doing a fan meetup. I'll be at TwitchCon this year. I'll be at the signings and whatnot, so that'll probably be it. What is your family situation? I live with my parents, my girlfriend, my daughter. Family situation's great. I love my family. My family is like one of the main reasons that I'm successful as a broadcaster. I have an amazingly supportive family. Do you have a schedule? Absolutely I do. In fact, here we go. I start at 7 p.m. nightly, Wednesday through Sunday guaranteed, and most Mondays, well, probably about half of Mondays to be honest. But we're on full-time broadcast 1059. I've never been late to a show or missed a day. So if it's 9 p.m. between Wednesday and Sunday, I am here. but I'm almost always live 99% of the time at 7 p.m. I'm pretty excited, old Toby. My previous experience with PAX, I think, oh, is that just the other day? Hi, Manny. Do you plan to buy your own home? Not currently, no. Frankly, I don't have the money to, so. I didn't get PAX Flu, Cletus, because like, I use hand sanitizer like crazy. It's in late September in San Francisco. Relic. Not really freaked out. I'm pretty prepared for it, old Toby. I'm excited for it, to be honest. Honestly, I find most social situations to be pretty awkward, but I think that's most people that broadcast. If you were to stop streaming, what career path? I'd definitely go back to working in kitchens, but really, that's not something that's going to happen. I kept my same standard of living when I became a broadcaster as when I was a cook, so I'm fine. I didn't do all the normal stuff like go buy a house and a big fancy car and rack up a bunch of bills. I just kind of kept wearing sweatpants, so rightfully I shouldn't have to go back and work in a kitchen. Have a good one, Muzzy Moots. Did the fair shovel come anywhere just organically? This just came organically, Burrito. I think I was a pretty talented cook, yeah. I really wanted to get out of, Oh, no worries, hi Manny. Trust me, social stuff's awkward for me too, but it was nice to meet you and Isaac. What was the biggest obstacle difficulty to you when you first started streaming regularly, especially prior to being partnered? I got partnered under weird circumstances, so I can't say much to that, but I will say this. I was making well under minimum wage for a very long time, being partnered or not. Being partnered is just the first step as a broadcaster. The biggest obstacle for me, I think, was trying to sell my idea of the 2-year livestream challenge to people. There's a lot of resistance to that. Cruel Cactus, my beard's about as big as it's gonna get, I think. How many marijuanas did you eat working as a chef? Not too many, sir. Kitchens are crazy, man. There's a lot of stuff floating around in kitchens. I tried to avoid that stuff, personally. I always tried to focus on my job. I ain't gonna say I didn't party when I was younger, because I sure as hell did, but when we were talking about working in the kitchen, I showed up on time, not hungover, and ready to work. Every day. I do, this part of my beard gets a lot longer than the rest, so I usually just kind of like even it off. Maybe it'll still grow, I don't know. For a new streamer, consistency is key. What else do you say important? Make sure you enjoy yourself. It says many times on stream before, my most fond memories of streaming, not that I don't really enjoy what I do now, was when I was a smaller streamer. You had that more intimate setting, and you really develop really close relationships with your chatters. So make sure you enjoy the ride, too. Don't always be looking at, gotta make a bunch of money, gotta go on my stream real big. Make sure you're enjoying the moment. Really important. Here's the thing, Gearhead. You ever laugh somebody's cooking mistake? No, because every cook makes mistakes. Even like the best chefs in the world, they all make mistakes. They can all talk a big game, but if you've ever worked in a kitchen, everybody fucks up. Everybody. Everybody. Oh, I get my fair share of front page time, Rybuster. I'm very grateful for the time I do receive. I don't think I receive any less. In fact, I receive a lot more than most people, so I'm very thankful for that. Easy to guess, probably not. I don't get to take too much time off for events, though I have adjusted the way my vacation works, but most of the stuff I want to do for vacations work-related. Favorite ingredient? I think mushrooms, man. Mushrooms are so good. Love them all. Morels, Chanterelles, Lion's Mane, Berminis. One of my old his head chef was high and mighty until he cut his thumb off. He quit 2 days later. Yeah. I asked more, actually. I got noticed in the grocery store the other day. I mean, I get noticed in public a fair bit, though I don't leave the house very often. I always try to be friendly and talk to people and ask them about them. I don't know. Do you use any special hair products in that beard? You use Honest Amish Beard Balm. Probably a couple times a week. Can't pick a favorite, Relic. I played way too many games for that. Morels are good. They do grow out here on the beaches. They're stupid expensive if you don't go pick them yourself. Well, thanks, Iron. I've been struggling when it comes to keeping calm when playing certain games. Do you have any good advice on keeping down? Okay. Yes, I do. Take a break. Take a break, man. If you're feeling really frustrated, stand up and go take 5 minutes, go make a cup of coffee, and chill. Games can be really frustrating. The biggest skill you can have is just to stand up and walk away for a minute, come back with a fresh head. If you just sit there and keep grinding it out, you're just going to get more and more pissed. Happens to everybody. Sure, I get plenty of weird looks because I wear beat-up shoes, beat-up pants, big beard. I don't care what other people think about me. That's their problem. Oh yeah, for sure, Chloe. They sell, I mean, you can sell them to a restaurant for 20, 25 bucks a pound, easy. Advice for getting over a crazy XGF. Time, sir. Time. Phase, I think AAA games can be great. I try not to judge the whole thing. I mean, it's definitely a reason I don't play many AAA titles right on release. It's because of that, but AAA titles can be incredibly good. Any indie games you're looking forward to play? I'm looking forward to Convoy coming out. I don't get hyped for very many releases, but Convoy looks really awesome. Favorite ship in FTL? Definitely the Manus B. Hands down. Can you give a quick rundown from what you do when you wake up to when you go to bed? I wake up, I spend time with my daughter, help with dinner, eat, get her to bed, work, sleep, repeat. Steam Memories is a good question. Several of the people that were my first viewers still watch. See him from time to time. I did see that, Iceman Trio. Guys, everybody asking game questions, please do suggest them, and I'll check them out. I don't really look at things in terms of, I like have this list of games I'm working off of to play. I really take things one day at a time. On occasion, I'll take a look and say, well, what do I want to play next week? And I'll pick a few games, but I don't have this list of games I'm, like, considering playing or anything like that. How do you take your coffee? Just a splash of half and half. I like tea a lot, too. I kind of go back and forth between drinking tea and coffee. Honestly, Iron, just don't sleep much. Here you go, Trip Guy, or Trippy Guy. There's some HD pictures of the tattoo. Do you think you'll play or do a dual stream with anyone? I can't never say never, but I've done plenty of collab cast in my past and stuff. I don't think they really fit my channel very well, to be honest. So I don't really have any plans to, no. I like Jasmine Pearls a lot, Narthel. It's a bit floral, but I like it a lot. What coffee do you like? The kind with caffeine in it, sir. All kinds. Not to mention other streamers, you have advice for channels that are like yours for us to have quite harsh time. Not sure I understand the question, Relic. Who worked on your arm frag? Ramsey at Old School Tattoo here in Bellingham, Washington. Very talented dude. Devilfish, I actually haven't played the Starship Troopers pin, other than digitally, so don't have too much of an opinion. I played Bioshock Infinite, Nipple Wizard. What a name, what a player. What do you think of the Big Lebowski pin? I love the theme, but their copyright and what's the word for it? Licensing issues is a bit terrifying. I don't like regular mushrooms. Are there any unique tasting ones I could try and might like? What don't you like about regular mushrooms? I guess I should ask. The waffle iron to fighter. No Tunnel Snakes. I also have a Wii U and a PS4, but I mostly play PC games. Lord Prodigy, I would define myself as a indie game variety broadcast, but I don't limit myself to only indie games. Like we just got through a playthrough of Fallout 3. But, try to play a wide variety of stuff. That's tough then, Arclight. Yeah, they had a lot of issues with licensing Devilfish. They had a lot of stuff on the table they weren't supposed to. I don't accept donations, Iron, so, tough shit, huh? Afraid not, Cat Cube. I'd actually love to make more, connections in the pinball world, but right now I don't have very many right now, so I don't know anybody that sells pinball machines. Oh, hell yeah, they do, Junizumi. If you're self-employed, you pay an absolute ton in taxes. So yes, they do. If you give advice to a young 17-year-old dude being terrified of being an adult, you're gonna be fine, sir. You're gonna be fine. You played any Jersey Jack pinball machines? What do you think of it? I played Wizard of Oz. I wasn't too impressed, to be honest. It's a really pretty table, but it really felt like it lacked flow and focus. Mike and Hi-Fi, no, I have not played D&D. No, it's fine, Ambron. I use Patreon instead because Patreon gives people a tangible reward for the support. So Patreon's my way of doing donations. So if you go to the Patreon page, you can see exactly what you get for your money. And I like it that way because my experience with donations before was like somebody would donate and say, hey, do this. Or, hey, I just donated 50 bucks, do this. I don't like that. So with the Patreon, you can say, here's exactly what you're going to get for your money, you know, and you support the content doing it. So it's worked out really nice. I've always had the goal to not have my, my career or my income be based off of donations because, frankly, they're a roller coaster, and I don't like soliciting them, so the Patreon was perfect. They expect something out of you. And the Patreon, I spend a lot of time doing Patreon stuff. Probably 10 hours a week. Ordering stuff for like cosplays, planning out stuff, reading the polls, and doing all the other things. Taking pictures for the Ferret postcard, so on and so forth. So, I spend a lot of time on that, and I'm very happy with where it's at. And I think it gets everybody on the same page. You know what you're going to get from me, and you know what you get in return. How many hot dogs you eat? Well, like 7. Just ballparking here. Not being a pinball player myself, what makes a good machine? Well, it's a very personal question, but for me, what makes a good machine is good flow on a table. Flow means when you make one shot, it leads to another shot, to another shot. You have a very clear goal of what you're supposed to do on the table. Especially for a home-owned table, having a deep rule set is good. I am not using Better Twitch TV. I'm not even sure if I'm using stylish on this one. I might be. Do you have contacts with any other big broadcasters? No, I don't really socialize at all, to be honest, anymore. I did an absolute ton of networking. I'm sure I could reach out to plenty of people, but I really am a lone wolf, and I like it that way. And frankly, I don't have time to sit down and like log into Skype and talk with people during the day. I'm a father, and I'm in a relationship, and I have all this other stuff that's work related. I have my hands full and don't really have time to be dicking around. I, in fact, don't spend time on the PC when I'm not working. That's my rule for myself. I mean, on occasion, if I need to check an email or something like that, sure. But, my PC time when I'm not working is limited to 10 to 15 minutes a day, max. What's your favorite go-to dish or snack if you don't have a lot of time? Peanut butter and honey toast. All day, every day. Genobi, don't have a specific dish. That was my favorite to work in the kitchen, but I really enjoyed working on the grill. Cool, Tedster. It's not that I think networking's bad or I don't enjoy the company of other people or enjoy talking shop and stuff like that. I just frankly don't have the time. Let's see it, Disco. Very nice, sir. That one's getting saved. Do. Come on, frames. Don't do me like that. I do not use a mixer, HRO. What I do is... show you right here. Go into your settings. Properties, levels. I'm at 7% gain on my microphone, and then I take the the signal inside of OBS and I boost it 4 times. I'm taking a very low gain signal and then boosting it through the streaming program rather than using high gain to capture my voice. Let me out. It's been really slow and steady. I mean, I've had plenty of ups and downs. I've had times where my stream was doing like crazy numbers and times where it was really low, but starting out initially, it was really kind of slow and steady. Had 10 viewers and then 15 and then 20 and then 30 and then 50 and then 75 and then 150 and so on and so forth. Though viewer count when streaming is really tough. And there's a lot of different factors that go into it, like when back in the summer 2012 I was streaming exclusively Binding of Isaac. And when I stopped playing Binding of Isaac so much, I lost like 2/3 of my viewers. It was crippling. So it's a lot of ups and downs. Don't you think your beard makes you look a lot older than you are? I think my beard makes me look like me. Would you say getting tats are bad for right as you turn 18? I've always wanted monochrome flowers plants for sleeves. I never regret my tattoos, but I will say this. Make sure you know exactly what you want and think about it for like a good 6 months a year, and then make a decision. Tattoos are friggin' expensive too, and you probably have better things to spend your money on at 18. I am 29, Narthel. Thank you, Dixon Hands. Appreciate it. I forget who said it, but it's a great quote. Other people's opinions of me are none of my business. I've always believed that. I don't really care what people think I look like. I'm happy with myself, so that's all that matters, right? Oh, absolutely, Sarangas. I do refer to it as work. This is my job, and I've always treated it as such. What's up, Mr. Doc? I don't know, as a content producer, I definitely become hardened to opinions, especially about looks and stuff. I've never been very self-conscious, well, at least not in the past 5 years or so. So, if you're gonna be a streamer and be in the public eye, people are gonna say every mean thing you could ever think of. So you really have to prepare yourself for that and be comfortable with yourself. Exactly the same, Judy Zumi. Perhaps I project a little bit more on stream, but I talk the same. Fallout 3 playthrough is over. I'll be getting that highlighted out after the show tonight. Icarus Feather, I have spent 10,000 hours of my own time into content production. This is as much of a job as anything. And it's also a lifestyle because I spend every day thinking about work. Every day. What was your worst streaming experience? The first time I streamed Dark Souls, it was the absolute worst chat night I ever had in my entire streaming career. It was awful. I shut off my stream, I laid in bed, and I sat there for about 6 hours in the dark. Do you have any relationships with devs? Sure, I have some relationships with devs, but I usually leave people alone. I try not to bug people. Honestly, when you become a successful streamer, a lot of the relationships people try to cultivate with you are BS. No worries, Abby. Take care of yourself. No, it was not Enjoy Your Burrito. I was about 4 months before it. 5? Yeah, definitely to expand on the voice thing. One of the greatest struggles I had during the 2-year live stream challenge was learning how to speak in a way that I would not lose my voice. So, the way I talk has definitely changed because I broadcast, but I don't consciously talk differently when I broadcast. That makes sense. I have not played The Spirit of 1776. Kyler, actually, Cooking with Frag is tomorrow. We do one Cooking with Frag video monthly. Click on that Patreon itinerary link or the scheduled stuff below the stream. You can find out when the next one is. We do one episode a month. Cool, Driz. I have no desire to develop a game, Trippy Guy, no. Best stream experience? It's a tough one, man. I've had a lot of good experiences. I don't have the VODs anymore, Evie, so no records of those. Never regret changing my backseat game policy. Let me look at your streamers' growth and seem to be stagnant. And this is the first time since I watched them 3 years ago. No, I have no fear, Jimmy. I am very well supported, and I have some of the most loyal people on the site. I don't worry about that at all. As I said earlier in the AMA, I did not change my standard of living from being a cook to becoming a broadcaster, and I'm very comfortable, and I feel very supported in what I do. I don't have to stress the fluctuations of numbers and sit there and stress every little thing I do, thinking that I'm going to lose subs or something like that. I have the best job in the world, and I love it. If you had one tip to give to a Binding Isaac player, what would you give? Focus on dodging only. Everything else comes secondary. Absolutely not, Master Toaster. Are you afraid of losing your appeal for streaming and start doing only for stable financially without enjoying more? No, and that's one of the reasons I ended up making a lot of the changes I did. I did for the channel because I realized that enjoying what I do is really important. And since I didn't change my standard of living, I was able to do that. I think about my job every day. I enjoy it. I constantly am grateful for what I have. So, always trying to find new ways to improve. I've never had a day where I woke up and went, man, I'm going to be able to do this for another 5 years. No, I'm like gung-ho about it. I love it. Love it. It's certainly possible, Jethro. Just be prepared that when you don't play your main speedrunning game, you're going to have less viewers. But the people that are there will be there for you, and that's cool. Thank you, Tails. Indeed, Insomnioid. It has to struggle career-wise, it's really to be able to actually work on stuff consistently. If I start either wanting to quit or feeling misplaced, like disliking going to work, even though the actual work once I get to is pretty enjoyable and challenging. Yeah, Encryptio, yeah. This may seem like something really simple, but regardless of what you're working on, write yourself out a list of the things that you need to do and the steps that you need to take to do them. And when you look at it in that terms, it may seem like less like you want to quit because you can actually see the end piece. Like, you know what you have to do in your head, obviously. I mean, everybody knows what they have to do. You have a job, you go, I have to do this, this, and this. But if you actually write it down and look at it, you can kind of like, you know, do something and step away and know where you're going to get back. That way you don't feel like quitting or feel discouraged when you take a break or something. That'd be my advice. Do you find it difficult to balance streaming and everything else? Absolutely. I had a lot of problems with that during the 2-year live stream challenge, so I was streaming 7 days a week. So my life was very out of balance during the 2-year live stream challenge, and kind of last year was going to trying to find a balance for myself, and this year has been refining that. I'm very happy with my balance right now, but it's taken several years to get it to a point where I have adequate time for personal time, adequate time to be a dad, adequate time to have a relationship, and adequate time to work. I don't sleep very much, but I have plenty of time to do all the things I need to. I am going to TwitchCon, yes, Raven. Have a good one, old Toby. It's the most important thing to get viewers when you only start streaming. I have no idea how to answer that. I can say it's luck, but I honestly don't know. When I first started streaming, Twitch.tv was basically a brand new thing. So, no, you do not, Relic. As a Twitch partner, you are an independent sole proprietor of Twitch TV. They pay you, but for all purposes, you are self-employed. You do not need a company, but you file as an independent sole proprietor. Do you get stressed by the sheer number of comments you receive while streaming? I used to. Used to be pretty overwhelming. Learn to manage. Realistically, I read about 90% of comments that happen in the chat. It's a lot of managing information and kind of compartmentalizing things. No video games. That would be poor business. Will do, Kevin. You keep watching, I'll keep streaming. How did you learn about Twitch in the first place? My friend Dutchy DC told me I should try out streaming. I told him no. He kept bugging me and I did it. So I found out about it. At that time I was hell-bent on being a YouTuber. Cloud Carrier, the only game I really have my eye on right now is Convoy. Sure do enjoy a burrito, I sure do. What's the most difficult part about being self-employed? Maintaining discipline to continue working. The hard part about being self-employed is nobody will do your work for you. If you wake up and you decide you don't want to do your work, it doesn't get done. If you're working around other people, somebody will pick up your slack. You have to be focused and have goals and know exactly what you want, and then you have to work towards that, even when you're not motivated to do so. I don't like great Powerade, no. I very rarely drink Powerade, but I've been dehydrated lately, so. Honestly, Trippy Guy, outside of streaming, I do not listen to music. It is easy to slack. Exactly, Cam Audio. It's very easy to wake up one day and say, man, I feel like crap. Can't I just like lay on the couch today? But if you're self-employed, you're like, okay, I gotta get something done today, you know? Adler, honestly, viewers have nothing to do with making a living streamer. Like the number of viewers. It's about the loyalty and what you built. It's really individual. I can't answer that, to be honest. I don't know. It depends on what a living is for you. Ambron, I was a Call of Duty commentator with a focus on how to throw effective frag grenades, hence the name LethalFrag. That was my pipe dream. How things have changed. No, Ninja Hobo, if you are self-employed, you pay your own health insurance, you pay self-employment taxes, you have to pay for all your own benefits. That's just part of being self-employed. A living is being happy with yourself. Absolutely, Teramis. Only you can define what success is for yourself. As a person who is really shy towards public, how difficult is it to put yourself in as an entertainment personality, especially in it? Very hard. I'm a very reserved person in real life. I think I'm a pretty reserved person here, though I'm obviously more confident than I used to be. It was tough. It was a process of growth. Where did you learn how to handle taxes? Luckily, my parents were business owners for a long time, so they kind of knew the ropes. If I could do it all again, I wouldn't change anything, Ratman. 420 Laxer. Little hand to you, friend. Welcome to the Dapper. No, I do not. I read and acknowledge my own subs. How do you stay in such good shape? Well, I stay in A shape, let's be honest. Not in the best shape of my life right now. Actually, I am in the best shape of my life, which isn't saying much. I do cardio. That's right, Taramis. That's right. Do you think the streaming space is too congested to be an up-and-comer? No, but I will say it's difficult. The way I explain getting a successful stream or growing your stream, it's a lot like going to Hollywood to be an actor. Can you make it big? You sure as hell can. Are the odds in your favor? No, they're not. Doesn't mean it can't happen. And I don't think it should discourage you either. It's just the way it is. Thank you, 420 Laxer. Will you be on the East Coast anytime in the near future? Afraid not. The only event I have planned this year is TwitchCon. Nice, J-Lang. No idea, McGoff Mac. No idea. I do not plan that far ahead. I know, Gulvin. I'm telling you, man. The 2-year livestream challenge had so many things happen at the right time. What's up, Darnock? I am on for TwitchCon, yes. Cheez-Its every time I win a game, Wendy Lisk. Not really, Lieutenant Dan. I don't mind my beard or my hair. I never feel it's a bother. It's just kind of there, you know? My parents are incredibly supportive of my career, Mr. Omen. They always have been. I would not be here today if my parents were not supportive of my choices. There wasn't like an official announcement, no zealousy, but I did say I was going to change the way that vacation works for my channel. When I ended the 2-year livestream challenge, I took 2 years off, and then the next year I took, sorry, two weeks, excuse me. The next year I took 2 weeks off. So I kind of have flex vacation now. That doesn't mean I get to take sick days or anything like that, but have a little more freedom to travel to events and stuff. Actually, I don't, DLG Dark. I don't know. I'm a stomach sleeper, though. I use Garnier Fructis for my beard and hair. 2 years off. Yeah. See you guys in 2 years. All right. I don't know, One Praetorian. It's tough. I can't say anybody's individual situation. I don't really know anything about the streaming market starting out these days. But being self-employed means being self-motivated. You got to find a way. The way I've always described it is if you wake up and you feel like 50%, try to get 53%. It's the best you can do. For people that don't know you, how'd you introduce yourself? Hi, I'm Matt. That's right, Taramis. Hey, it's good stuff. Keeps me soft and fluffy. Orange, I'm gonna know I do not know how to play any musical instruments. What's up, AKSGP? I did finish Fallout 3 today. I'll have it highlighted out at the end of the broadcast. Thank you, Ace Tom. Appreciate that. I'll just get 51%. There you go, Master Toaster. I had a thought there and it's gone. Greetings, Galvanica. How did you cultivate the probably most civilized chat on Twitch with an iron fucking fist? I had a list of rules this long. If you didn't follow them, you got kicked out of the chat. Chat these days is a dream. We kind of have a self-sustained ecosystem that kind of takes care of itself. Everybody's nice and friendly to each other and everything. But really, I was a hard ass for a really long time to get it in people's heads that you had to behave yourself here and, you know, treat people with respect. I'm really glad it's not that way anymore because it's incredibly stressful to micromanage every single line of chat, which I did. Now it's all cool. I've been noticed plenty of times in public, guys. It's like the most asked question during AMAs. I just, be friendly to people. It's not too hard. Yeah, absolutely, Katie Ricard. I actually wiped my bans after the 2-year livestream challenge. I'm all about second chances. Third chances? No. Second chances, all good. I love spamming chat, Rockfall, just not when I have to read it for 6 to 7 hours. I love esports chat. I think it's fascinating and funny. What's your favorite game streams? I can't answer that too much. Awesome, Moby. Glad to hear that. I'm glad I did the good Southern Friday. That's a pretty high compliment. Thank you. What are some good ways to handle stress? The best way I found to handle stress is exercise. If I don't exercise, I grind my teeth constantly. It's right here, Don Willis. It's from the FTL soundtrack. Go give that man your money. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for me today. We'll be back with we'll be back tomorrow with probably a new game to the channel. I can't commit fully because I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. But thank you everybody for coming out to watch today. Do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific. Until then, keep it dapper and be good to each other. That's all I got for tonight. Frag out.